Hello, my name is Evangelist Craig Crowe Sr., the Senior Executive of Emmanuel Life Changing Ministries, and his time 1526 CD Crowe Vision Ministries, both which is based out of Houston, Texas. The intent of this video presentation is to bring awareness and attention to three occurrences that was revealed back in the year 2009, informing with revealing details of different events that would take place over a period of 42 years. In this presentation, it will direct you to two YouTube videos that was released earlier in the year 2023, as well as the first part of the year 2024. So this presentation will give you an idea of what are the contents of these YouTube videos, and to also solicit for 42,000 intercessors to intercede with prayer concerning the different things that are about to take place. Again, in 2009, between 2009 to 2014, a file by the name of the Ghost Plan was a confidential file that revealed these different occurrences, and they was composed into warning letters in the year 2015 and the year 2017, and forwarded to multiple security agencies. So why now is this release being made to the public? Currently, there were the first occurrence that was sent to the government and no action was taken. And therefore, with this second one being now designated for this year 2024, is our urgency to make sure that these global and national agencies are aware of what has been shown and revealed to them. In this fourth quarter and the third quarter of the year 2024 is what the prediction has been given through the vision, as mentioned, shown in the year 2009. So what are the signs and the messages? As mentioned, there are two YouTube presentations. This slide presents the links to these two YouTube videos as one of the many attempts that was sent to the Pentagon, Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Homeland Security, elected politicians, and over 330 to 500 people via social media channels. In these presentations, in the next couple of slides, we'll give you the content of what was shared with the agency, as well as with the 500 plus members that was sent by email, the general idea of what was taking place in the past and what's about to take place in the current years ahead. In the first YouTube video, as presentation 1, it provides these details, which was warning predictions, again, documented from the year 2009. You will see how the first known occurrence, as predicted as the bacterial release, which we know now as COVID-19, was documented as an occurrence that revealed the vision of when it would take place, how it would take place, and how it would impact the global and international communities. I will also share in this presentation documented conversations that led up to the pandemic that will acknowledge the pandemic not being taken serious, about the legitimate documents and details that were presented, and how many conversations was even led with face-to-face meetings with politicians that neglect to take the seriousness of it until the occurrence that took place and it was too late. This presentation also shared in general conversations what took place in a conversation with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, a prominent pastor in Houston, Texas, as well as myself, of these warnings, which during this conversation, it was mentioned of the awareness of what have already taken place. And during the conversation, it was asked by the Congress, Sheila Jackson Lee, what would be the second occurrence and how bad would it be? And I shared briefly things with her, which will be shared in the content of the presentation. So therefore, there are other events that were documented, what would take place prior to it coming to reality, So these was purposely intended to build credibility of how these details have been communicated to us then, as well as being communicated to us now. In the presentation 2 YouTube video, it will continue to highlight some details from the 2009 vision file called the Ghost Plane. In this presentation 2, the production will provide an understanding of how the second occurrence was interpreted to give a forewarning of details of when it would take place, how it would take place, and what is the projected geographical location of this second occurrence. Also, the details that come from the Ghost Plane file will also provide credible mentioning of forewarnings that raise the awareness what we identify as the red flag countries, such as the war of Russia, Israel, Iran, Korea, along with China, and other countries that's mentioned in the drafted letter that are presented in the year 2015-2017. Also highlight in this 2015 document, it gave a foresight of Trump becoming a key figure in the year 2024, which a prediction had him not to win the election of the first matchup between him and Biden, but it did identify that in the year 2024, he will be a key figure that will cause a loud division in our country. Also in the presentation is a video that will display what was shared with 500 witnesses that was outlined in the second occurrence warning, but also there's a section that provides a visible foresight of an event that will take place between November the 22nd through the 27th in the year 2023, which will have created international communication. And last in this presentation, it was share of the foresight and instruction that was given concerning the plane of airline flight 370, the plane that came up missing and have not been found as of yet, but the coordinates of it was provided and was not given instruction to release it until it was made known that there will be a group looking for it, and these details will be shared to show that these particular coordinates will be provided to the group that may mention they'll be looking for it in this year 2024. So we ask that you would look at these 2 videos, become a participant to intercede, but to become aware of the things that was predicted in the year 2009 and composed in 2 drafted letters in 2015 and 2017. So again, my name is Crowe Sr. The website is histime1526cdcrowevision.org. Email address cd.elcm.general.2@gmail.com. Again, we're asking you to become an intercessor, but more so that you will listen to what God's revealing as He gives messages of why these occurrences are taking place, why they are being laid to be documented, and why it's necessary for the people to not just listen, but to hear what He's doing, why He's doing, and to bring a reminder to the church that these things are not something new, but these are events and occurrences that are being projected and predicted for a particular reason for not only the church, but for the government and for the global communities. So it's my prayer that we will listen and we'll hear the voice of God, and that we'll take, as these events are being revealed, that we'll take serious the messages that will follow with better understanding of why, when, and what's leading up to.